best narrative. So the nominees are Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange: True Colors, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2.
Um, so personal pick on this, Psychonauts 2. It was a game
Okay.
where I had a hard time predicting what was going to happen in that game. It was very much kept me on my toes with certain things. A lot of fun, and it explores the guilt of characters and being able to own up and grow past those things, but in a
Okay.
fun and enthralling way that doesn't beat you over the head with it. I appreciate the subtlety in games like that, where it can tell a message and do this thing, but it is not what makes the game, um, or the story for that matter. So I think that was good, but I think the win will go to, let's see, there's Guardians, Deathloop, Psychonauts.
Life is Strange: It Takes Two.
I think the win will go to It Takes Two because
Really?
that, yeah, I think that game is built. Well, the co-op aspect is a big thing. Uh, the development team, I can't never think of the studio's name, but their games, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons and A Way Out, are built. The biggest thing about that, while co-op, is the narrative it drives.
Mhm.
And I think It Takes Two is no different. So, and they've been nominated for so many different categories, but if there's one, I feel like they walk away with the win on this one. It's best narrative.
Interesting. So my personal pick for this one is Life is Strange.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, that game is almost entirely narrative. Uh, and again, they're really bumping up the level of quality when it comes to the writing and the presentation with this game. And the big thing that I've heard for this new Life is Strange game is how actually not cringy it is and how actually relatable it is. And Life is Strange has always had compelling stories, but sometimes it's kind of awkward in the dialogue department.
Mhm.
And from what I hear with this one, that's no longer an issue. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
Um, it's also the main character is a little bit older, so they're less cringy as a human as well.
that's fair.
So
That
that
plays a
probably
factor.
helps. But that's my personal pick. However, my prediction to win kind of came out of left field, but I'm going Guardians of the Galaxy. Uh,
Really?
yeah, a lot of people are really talking about this game's narrative, and they're surprised by how much it's impacting them and how emotionally invested they are in these characters. Um, Guardians of the Galaxy is a game about friendship, and it is being spoken about on the same level as games like Mass Effect, and like that's kind of awesome.
I
Uh,
so I as someone playing Guardians, I see it, but it's not like you're not building those bonds yourself. It's not a choose your own narrative where you get to pick. There's no role playing aspect to this. You
mhm.
get to choose some certain things like dialogue options, yeah, but it's an illusion of choice. It doesn't affect the overall story or direction the game's gonna go in. Um,
Yeah, but this category
so
is not
I find
about
that interesting.
interactivity; it's about story.
I know that's what I'm saying. Where people
So
compare it to the level of Mass Effect is what I'm
yeah.
speaking to. That
Well, I
blows
think
my
it's just
mind.
like
That
the
it's
camaraderie between the group of characters and things.
yeah.
They're comparing to certain like scenes in Mass Effect where it's like groups of people going into a thing together after building these relationships, and they feel that same kind of bless you,
Thank you.
and they feel like that same kind of camaraderie with these characters in Guardians of the Galaxy. Trip Fantasy writes
Interesting.
in the chat, and Trip Fantasy says the characters never stop talking in Guardians.
That is
Uh,
true. There's constant dialogue. There's never a quiet moment in that game.
uh,
A lot of
and
banter.
I think isn't it the same with the movies though? Correct me if I'm wrong, but
That's true. I mean, it does a good job. I mean, that's the Guardians. The concept of them is a ragtag team of heroes. So it's very much you know you get the best part about that story is the ensemble. So